This actually, okay, this is not the spot that I originally wanted to hang out in, but I literally was about to go to the spot that I wanted to go to, and I found this little grove of moss rocks, and it's really pretty. Here, I actually want to show you. Kid you not, like that's my bag. It's probably the most boring bag I will ever own. Probably. I don't know. I probably could beat my own record there. Sorry, it's a little crispy chilies out here. It's about 30 something degrees. And it's like late March. But alrighty, so hi. My name is LokiYumei. I am an experimental physical theater artist. I currently work as a cafe barista. Well, I'm at Starbucks because I wanted to learn how to be a cafe barista because with my life involved in theater, I wanted to learn a specific skill that could give me a good bit of change, a good bit of money on top of being able to be flexible in my career and the lifestyle that I wanted to live in. And I've been studying theater independently for about 8 years in June, sometime in June. It's June or July. And yeah, I just wanted to start this vlog to be able to talk about my experience and basically my overall journey with it, because I noticed that there's not a lot of people out there, from what I've observed, that has a channel or does vlogs specifically about this topic. And when I first got into experimental theater, I didn't know anything about anything specifically involving that topic. Like, what does that mean? Does that mean, avant-garde theater? Does that mean specifically physical theater? Does that mean clown work? Does that mean circus? Does that mean a whole broad spectrum of things? What does that ultimately mean? Is it specifically ensemble? Is it specifically anything like this? And it is. Question, the answer to that is that it is. Experimental theater is the eccentric extension of theater and art and the traditional aspects of it. And theater is not, there isn't a traditional and just an experimental, but I noticed the people that I've been studying experimental theater with, that it is a more interpersonal relation with your art rather than reading off the page of a script and communicating with the director strictly, in a sense, about what your character is doing. And I do know that there is still the interpersonal relationship that an actor has with the character. I do get that. I know that. I've only been studying experimental theater for 3 years in about September or so, actually December. So yeah, I get it completely. This is still something that I'm very baby to. I'm very beginner to. But no, I just wanted to go ahead as a whole to be able to talk about pretty much what I'm doing. I did 3 programs with Double Edge. Yeah, I did 3 programs with Double Edge Theater, not in Western Mass. Highly suggest looking them up. They are amazing. They are an experimental physical ensemble-based theater in Western Massachusetts. I suggest checking them out. They are amazing. I know I already said that, but literally they are the people that showed me that there was a world to this, and I'm not just some funky little artist that just wanted to go ahead and do some cool things. So definitely shout out to them. But I kind of wanted to talk about my overall journey with experimental theater to be able to give you an overall broad spectrum of what I'm doing and where I'm coming from and kind of where I'm trying to go as of right now. So I went to a performing arts high school, and in my senior year of that, I was an assistant director for a production called Art, And since art only has 3 characters, we went ahead and we had a lot of people auditioning. We double casted it, and we had a movement ensemble involved to be able to get more people involved into the play. So we did that, and like my I was gonna say college teacher, but I'm literally talking about high school right now. My theater teacher said that, you know, there was a 3-person movement ensemble, and I was like I was kind of curious. I was like, so what are you interested in doing with the movement ensemble? Now, mind you, I was really interested in directing. I've been acting and studying acting for a good long period of time, and I started to get an interest on creating work or having all eyes and aspects of actually creating a play rather than just being a part of it. And even though I know that being a part of it is still a really big thing, and I love that, it was just something that I was personally more into trying to lead a project in a way, or figuring out how to lead a project. So that's why I went ahead and assistant directed. Or I asked my theater teacher if I could assistant direct, and he was like, sure. So in a sense, I mean, there was like the whole interview and stuff like that, but he already like had the idealisms of like wanting me to do that for this project. So either way, you know, back to what I was saying. You know, we're sitting there, just, you know, he's overall working on the actors and everything, and that we had 2 assistant directors. It was me and my friend Riley, and I asked him what he wanted to do, and he was like, well, I just wanted the movement ensemble to be in solid poses for each scene. Like, they just are statues while the scene is going, and they can change positions in the middle of changing a scene, but like, that's basically it. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted more bodies for the play. And I was like, can I do something? And he was like, I mean, if you want to, sure. And I was like, word. So so I went ahead and I did that. I started to work with the ensemble because I noticed that they had, I started to work with the ensemble. It was, you know, just 3 people. It was literally me, my math teacher, that was the stage manager, best stage manager ever, by the way. We love her. I love her so much. She's fantastic. If she's watching this, I do love you. But, you know, we did that, and we were in the lunchroom, and I did a lot of walking guided meditation to be able to get the actor's mind and the body together, because I noticed that, like, an actor is bombarded with a lot of text, and I wanted something. If they are going to be a movement ensemble, they can't just be like mind to body, bam, you know, like that, just straight point A to point B kind of mentality there. I wanted something that was a little more fluid and like more emotionally based and really good like that. So I did walking guided meditations where I put them in scenarios where like the emotions guided their physical movements, and that then leading with that process, I noticed that they started to naturally cast themselves into these roles of the 3 people on stage. So, and the 3 characters on stage, you know, Mark, Ivan, Serge. I was like, where's the other guy? Well, Mark, Ivan, and Serge. And so with that being said, they were like the interpersonal relationship, the inner person to these characters. And now I know that actors already give that emotional expression, you know, that is literally what actors do. You know, they give the emotional expression of the character, but with this, it was like the uncensored inner self. So like when, you know, if you know the play, you could definitely highly suggest looking it up as well. It's a really, really cool play. If you really want to learn the psychology of how people digest art in different ways. But at the end, where Mark is just flipping out about the fact that, you know, Serge bought this painting, and it's just like everybody's fine about it kind of attitude. I remember so clearly that my friend Jaquez, who I am still friends with after graduating, almost 3 years ago. Oh, would it be 4 years then that I've studied experimental theater? But anyways, you get the gist. He was just in this specific pose, and he was just like seething with rage as it was like coursing through his whole being, and that was just so cool. Like, everybody that pretty much saw the play and talked to me about it, you know, was very interested in what was going on. You know, I had some specific songs that I gave to each character, so whenever we went to each character's place, you know, I gave them a specific song that was like either by Grimes or MIA in a way, because that's what I was listening to in high school. And I still listen to that on the occasion, not gonna lie. So, yeah, I did that. We had very interesting reviews from all of the different theaters that were around the area. Around the area and everything. And afterwards, my theater teacher was like, "Hey, have you ever heard of experimental theater?" And I'm like, "Experimental theater?" And he was like, "Yes, you should. I'm gonna send you an email. Here's all these links. Check it out." And now, okay, I was really bad. I'm still kind of bad, but I'm not as bad as that time, like a couple years ago. I am severely bad at looking at things that people send me or show me. Unless it's a meme. If you're like, "Hey, watch this movie. Hey, look at this email. Hey, what?" I'm like the worst person at it. I don't know why. I probably should get that checked out, because there's a lot of cool things that my friends show me, and I never look at them particularly. Unless I really admire, like, extremely am interested in the lifestyle of this person, and I'm like, "Oh, you're gonna show me your music, like, that's what's up." Like, there's like a whole vibe going on. But like, if you're like, "Oh, hey, this song's cool," I'm just not gonna look at it, which is bad. I feel bad, because it's not trying to be like, I like you more than I like this person. It's just something that, like, attraction. I don't know what it is. But yeah, so either way, he said, "Look at this email." And I know over the past couple of days after that, he was like, "Did you look at the email? Did you look at the email?" And I was like, "No, not yet. No, I don't have the time. No, blah, blah." And then he was like, "Okay, so after school, you're coming by, you know, to the theater room." And I'm looking at this, and I'm like, "Can my mom come?" He was like, "Yeah." So literally, it was a 30-minute slideshow of all of these different physical experimental theaters that were doing all the things that I've ever been interested in doing, which is like community, you know, physically doing all these really cool things, you know, and like connecting with the self and your art and and like all these really super cool things. I was like in love. So through those emails, I found out Double Edge, and through the financial struggles that I have of funding my life, independently funding my life, and my career now, and other different various struggles of trying to figure out how I can take off of work to be able to do these travels. I have been able to go to Double Edge for the fall immersion program and the summer immersion program, and being able to work on their fall spectacle and their summer spectacle, in different various ways like that, finding the relationship between the body and the mind and the emotions and the spirit of the body, and knowing the spirit that you have in different ways, and how you can get your body to point A to point B, or your body is like, "No, I can't go there," so how do you get there after knowing that, and other different various things that have personally impacted me through their training. Now, training means something different to everybody. When you go into training, you can find an equal ground on a way of like, "Oh, you've experienced training, like, this is cool," but there's no exact, like, specifically crisp, exact place where you can vibe with somebody during training. Like, this is exactly like how I experienced it. Like, I can be vibing with somebody during physical training, and they can be experiencing a whole war while I'm experiencing like a field of daisies. Like, it's literally insane how people have that emotional reaction to being physically moving in abstract or sometimes normal various ways. So yeah, that is my process as of right now. What I am trying to do is I'm trying to get a car. This is really funny. Like, I'm so cool, and then it's like I just got my license a couple weeks ago. You know, I'm trying to get my own car. And then, you know, I already started with learning this skill of being a cafe barista so that, like, I can work in the morning and then go and work, you know, very early in the morning, and then work, you know, take a nap in the afternoon, and then work in the evening to be able to do the theatrical art that I really want to do. At the bottom line, at the very end of the day, I do like making coffee. I do love connecting with people and their community and everything, but I really, and the community that they live in and that I live into, or I'm visiting, what have you. At the very end of the day, I love to connect with people and with myself within my art and experiencing that. So that is what I bottom line would like to do with my life. I am in my early 20s, so like this could definitely change over time, over this vlog or whatever, but this is something that I really currently love to do. I know that I flew a trapeze over this summer, and I really want to do that again. There are classes in the next town over. I live in like South Central Pennsylvania, by the way. There are classes in the next town over of aerial, like silk work and different things like that to be able to get my body from point A to point B. So like, you know, if I do get a car and I am able to go back up to Massachusetts, you know, to work with Double Edge again, which I greatly intend to at some point in time, financial, you know, needs acquired, then I will be able to physically be there and present instead of having to take a couple of weeks to be able to have to do training again or what have you to then continue my work. So I think it's really cool what I've been doing. I don't know if anybody else would be interested in seeing what I'm doing, but I know that this is a process that I'm going through and different things like that. I know this was a good bit of talking, but I hope that it was very interesting to you guys. So yeah, I wanted to go ahead and mention, like, I am LokiYumei. This is my artistic journey, and thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it, you know, even if it's just 5 people. Shout out to you 5 people, you know, in a sense. But yeah, this is the start of my journey. So yeah, I really, again, I'm very thankful that you guys are watching this video. Yeah, it's really good to talk about this and everything. So okay, officially, I'm ending this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.